Hello everyone, I am Tanuja, Soundarya Institute of Management and Science. Today I will be discussing about labor cost control. So before that, let us see the contents. So today I will be discussing meaning of labor and labor cost, types of labor, remuneration system and types of wage payment and problems on time wage system and piece rate system. So now let us see the meaning of labor and labor cost. So let us see the meaning of labor. Labor refers to, it is a human efforts used for conversion of materials into semi-finished goods or doing various jobs in the business are known as labor. So labor are nothing but they are the employees of the organization and they help the organization to convert materials into finished goods or semi-finished goods into finished goods. So they are called as laborers and they are not only helping the management or organization to convert the raw materials, they will be doing other work also in the organization and they are called laborers of the organization. And let us see the meaning of labor cost. So labor cost is nothing but it is just the remuneration paid by an employer to the employee for rendering the service to the organization. So that is labor cost. So labor cost means it is a payment made towards the labor is called labor cost. So here the laborers are going to render service to the organization. For that management is going to pay them the wages. So that is known as labor cost. And this labor cost is the most perishable commodity. Therefore, efficient and effective utilization of labor is very important in this modern business organization. Now, let's move on to the types of labor cost. And these are the two main types of labor cost. So, labor is divided into direct labor cost and indirect labor cost. Now, let us see the meaning of direct labor or direct labor cost. So, direct labor is the labor which is effectively directly engaged in the production of goods and services. So direct laborers are the employees or the workers or laborers who are directly engaged in the conversion of materials into finished goods. So they are direct laborers and this direct labor cost is conveniently identified in the production process. Example is workers on machine and shoemaker in making shoes. So these are the employees. So worker should be there to process or to operate the machine. So worker is directly engaged in the machine system or production system and shoemaker in making shoes. So shoemaker is directly involved in conversion of things into the shoe. So direct laborers are nothing but they are the employees who are directly engaged in the process of production. So they are called direct laborers. And the other one we have indirect labor. So indirect labor is a labor who are not directly involved in the production process, but they will be helping the other people to work in the organization. So example is your watchman. So watchman will not do any production work, but still he is also a part of the production process. Similarly, foreman, gardener, cleaners, everyone will be there in the organization, but these people will not be directly involved in the production process, but they will be indirectly helping the management or indirectly helping the production process to convert the materials into finished goods. And these are the main two important types of labor cost. Now let us see the remuneration system. See, remuneration is nothing but it is just a payment made towards the employees. It is just a remuneration payable from the employer to the employee for the service rendered. So that is called remuneration. So it is a sum of money paid to the employee by the employer for rendering service under a contract. It is being expressed in terms of money. So labor is always expressed in terms of money. And wages composes of two parts. So one is basic wages and the other one is allowances. Basic wage here is, it is a basic salary paid to the employers or paid to the laborers is called basic wages. And other allowances includes, apart from the salary, employees will be getting other allowances also like holiday pay, bonus, overtime wages. So these are other allowances. So these are the two important types involved in the wages. And we also have minimum wage. So minimum wage, here it is a wage which must be paid to the employer whether the firm earns profit or loss. So irrespective of the profit or loss of the organization, company is going to pay certain amount to the employees. That is known as our minimum wages. Now let's move on to the methods of wage payment. And this wage payment method is like this. Here the wage payment system is divided into three categories: time rate, piece rate and incentives. And this piece rate is again subdivided into two: straight piece rate system and differential piece rate system. And next we have incentives. This incentives is also again subdivided into two: Halsey scheme and Rowan scheme. Now let us see what is time rate, what is piece rate and what are incentives. So first one we have time rate system. So time rate system is one of the important wage system. Here in this system the workers are paid on the basis of the time spent in the organization or the time spent in conversion of materials into finished goods. So that is time rate system. So here see, many organizations are going to adopt this method to calculate the wages of an employee. So here it is a very simple method where the wages of labor is calculated on the basis of the time spent by the employees. Example, just imagine there are 10 employees in the organization and they will work for 10 hours for 10 rupees. So 10 employees will work and per hour they will be getting 10 rupees. So 10 hours they will work, per hour they will get 10 rupees. So if you multiply these two, you will get the value of the labor cost. So that is time rate system. Here the time rate is calculated on the base, calculated by using a formula. This formula is like this: total earnings is equals to hours worked into rate per hour. So hours worked is nothing but it is the number of hours or the total time spent by an employee in the organization, and rate per hour. Usually this rate per hour is fixed by the organization. So if you multiply these two, we are going to get total earnings of the employee. So this is the first and important method, that is time wage rate system. So I repeat, this system is a very important system where here the wages are paid on the basis of the time spent by an employee, and the formula is hours worked into rate per hour. And the second system we have piece rate system. So this piece rate system is also one of the very important method where many organizations are going to adopt this method. So piece rate system is nothing but it is a system where the workers are paid on the basis of work done irrespective of time taken by the employees. So here the employees are going to get the wages based on the production, based on the work performed in the organization. So here the time is not considered. So in time rate system we are going to consider the time spent by an organization, but here the time is not considered. Here we are going to consider the the goods or units which are produced by an employee. And this is the formula to calculate piece wage rate. So total earnings is equal to number of units produced by each employee into rate per unit. So number of units produced by each employees we are going to consider. It may be 10 units or 100 units or 1000 units. So that units may be produced in 1 hour or 2 hour or 3 hour or 10 hours. So that is not considered. Time is not considered. Here we are just going to consider the production done by each employee into rate per unit. So usually this rate is fixed by the organization. So if we multiply these two, we are going to get total earnings of an employee under piece rate system. So now let us understand these two methods with the help of numerical problems. So the problem is like this. A and B are working in a factory. The standard time allowed to finish a job is 10 hours and 8 hours and 12 hours taken by A and B respectively. Calculate wages payable to A and B on time rate wage system, and rate per hour is rupees 4, and also calculate efficiency of 2 workers. So this is one of the important problem and a basic and simple problem. So here there are 2 employees in an organization and the standard time allowed is 10 hours. So here we have to calculate the total earnings of A and B using time rate system formula. Okay, so time rate system is nothing but here the wages are calculated on the basis of the time spent by an employee in the organization, and the formula to calculate total earnings under time rate system is hours worked into rate per hour. So is the formula to find out the wages. So here we have to calculate for A and B. So first you understand the problem. A and B are the 2 employees working in an organization and the standard time allowed is 10 hours and 8 hours and 12 hours taken by A and B. So the time taken by A and B to complete the particular work is 8 and 12 hours and rate per hour is 4 rupees. So per hour each employee is getting 4 rupees. So let us calculate the problem, calculate the total earnings. So let us first take Mr. A. Mr. A is one of the employee of the organizations. So hours work. So this is the formula to find out total earnings of the workers. So wages is equals to hours worked into rate per hour. So this is the formula to find out the rate per hour. So first let us take Mr. A. So Mr. A's hours worked is 8 hours. So A is going to work 8 hours in a day and rate per hour is 4 rupees. So this 4 rupees is fixed by the management. So hours work 8 hours, rate per hour 4 hours. So if you multiply these two, we will get rupees 32. So this 32 is the wages or remuneration payable to Mr. A. Similarly, we have to calculate for B. But before that, see in this question they have also asked us to calculate the efficiency of 2 workers. Percentage of efficiency. So percentage of efficiency is calculated using a simple formula, and the formula is like this. So percentage of efficiency is equals to standard time divided by actual time into 100. So this is the formula to calculate the efficiency of employee. So here we have to take standard time taken by each employee and set by a company and actual time taken by each employee into 100. If we do this, we will get percentage of efficiency. So now let us see what is the standard time which is given in the problem. See here you can see 10 hours. So 10 hours is the standard time that is fixed by the organization. So 10 hours is a time fixed by an organization to complete the work, and actual time it is nothing but it is a time taken by an employee to complete the particular work. So Mr. A has taken 8 hours. So 10 hours was the standard time. Time taken to complete the work is 8 hours into 100. So you will get 125%. So this is the efficiency of employee A. So employee A's wages is 32 rupees and his efficiency is 125%. Now let us calculate the total earnings of Mr. B. So Mr. B, so the formula to calculate the total earnings of B is wages is equals to hours worked into rate per hour. So this is the formula to find out total earnings. So hours worked by Mr. B. So B is going to work 12 hours. See, it is clearly mentioned 12 hours taken by Mr. B to complete the work. So hours worked 12 hours into rate per hour. So rate per hour is rupees 4. This is fixed by the organization. So 12 into 4 you will get rupees 48. So this is the total earnings of Mr. B. Now let us calculate the percentage of efficiency, and percentage of efficiency formula is same for both the employees. So the formula is like this: standard time divided by actual time into 100. So standard time, it is a time fixed by an organization to complete the task, and actual time is, it is a time taken by an employee to complete the work. So standard time is 10 hours, it is given in the problem, and the time taken by an employee to complete the task is 12 hours. See, you can see the difference here. So employee B has taken more hours than the standard. So if you do this, you will get 83.333%. So this is the efficiency of Mr. B. So this is the problem under time rate system. So I repeat, so time rate system is a system where the employee salary is fixed on the basis of the time or hours spent by an employee in the organization, and the formula to calculate the total earnings is total hours worked into rate per hour is the formula, and the efficiency is calculated using this formula, standard time divided by actual time into 100. So this is how we have to calculate the total earnings under time rate system. Now let us see the piece rate system. So this is the problem number 2, where here I am going to calculate, I am going to solve the problem using piece rate system, and the problem goes like this. In a factory, A produces 100 units, B produces 75 units, and C produces 50 units. So there are 3 employees in an organization, and each employee is going to produce some units, and here and piece rate is rupees 2. Calculate wages on piece rate system. Say every information is given in the problem, only thing is we just have to substitute and we have to find out the total wages, and this is the formula to find out wages under piece rate system. The formula is like this: number of units produced by each employee into rate per unit is the formula. So now let us solve this problem. So first employee is A. In a factory there are 3 employees. A produces 100 units. So the piece rate system is nothing but here the employees' production are taken into the consideration, time is ignored, and we are going to consider the number of units produced by each employee, and A is going to produce 100 units. So it is clearly mentioned in the problem, Mr. A is going to produce 100 units. So production of A is 100 units, and the rate per unit is fixed. Rate per unit is rupees 2, that is piece rate per unit. So if you multiply these two, we will get the amount. Okay, so we will get 200. So this is Mr. A's remuneration. Similarly, we have to calculate for Mr. B also. B is going to produce 75 units. Okay, so I will write it here. So B is equals to, formula is same for all the employees, number of units produced into rate per unit. So I will just substitute. So number of units produced by B is 75%. So B is going to produce 75 units. So take 75 units into rate per hour is 2. So rate per hour is fixed by the management and it is common for all the employees. So 75 into 2. So you will get rupees 150. So B's remuneration under piece rate system is 150 rupees. And we also have one more employee called C, and C is going to produce 50 units. So let us calculate the remuneration of C. So C is equals to number of units produced by C, 50 units, and piece rate is rupees 2. You will get rupees 100. So this is how we have to calculate remuneration under piece rate system. So I will repeat, in a factory there were 3 employees and 3 employees were produced different units. A produced 100 units, B produced 75 units, and C produced 50 units, and the standard piece rate was fixed by the organization. So if we calculate that, we will get the remuneration like this. A is going to get 200 rupees as a remuneration, and B is going to get rupees 150 as remuneration, and C is going to get rupees 100 as remuneration. So these are the two important methods to calculate the total earnings under piece rate system and time rate system. So this is these two methods are very important methods where we are going to calculate the total units and total amount payable in piece rate system, as well as the total remuneration paid by each employee to under piece rate system and time rate system. So thank you.